All right. Hello, everybody out there in the internet and the fab world. Great to have you along. Great to see you, hear from you, etc. Joe Bay, I'm hoping to see something that can convince me Viz just isn't the best Runeblade deck. Well, as you can see, this isn't Viscerai or a Runeblade. We're going to play a little Azalea, and then I think I am going to play some Viscerai. I'm coming to the same conclusion that Viscerai is just kind of the best one, and is maybe in the A tier, I would guess. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and Lexi is, I think, clearly in the tier all by themselves, tier 0. And then I think there's like a couple of things in tier 1 that are trying to target her. And I think Viscerai is kind of maybe just the best deck that has like the best spread right there. Like if Azuri's trying to target Lexi, Viscerai has a very good matchup into Azuri. He does fine against Azalea. Yeah, it's all good, Joe Bay. It did say Vincent, and I had to change it. My bad. But I have 3 previous weeks or 3 previous streams on the YouTube channel if you want to look at those, which if the people want to see more Vincent, they can. I just recently said on the podcast maybe I'd stream some Azalea. But going through all of this, I think Azalea is a pretty good pick, especially Sandscour Great Bow, because you can basically loop. It's easier to loop Red in the Ledger, and putting a ceiling on your opponent's turn is just really good. And that helps against Lexi. It does help against Viscerai. Yeah, Joe, you're not going crazy. It doesn't really solve the a lot of Azuri stuff. I think Azuri is still pretty challenging, but you can kind of get there because you can push, a lot of damage and that sort of thing. So I've been playing this deck a little bit. Shout out to the guys at Baltimore who made top 8 with this bad boy. This is just basically a copy of their list, and the only thing I've changed because bracers are no longer legal is I just put in null rune gloves. But so I'm unsure because I didn't make this deck and I'm not a Azalea aficionado, more like a dabbler, and I'm going to play a deck on stream that I'm maybe not as good at, which is fine. But since all of that stuff, I'm not sure what I would change. I would have to, because of Oldhim being gone, like, do we still use Release the Tensions? Maybe, because that's probably what people use against you. Do we still need Battering Bolt? Probably, because of Dromai. That's the other thing I think I really like about this deck is if you can just do Red in the Ledger a lot. If you can loop it, it's really good against Dromai. Also, maybe you could put in Sleep Dart here to help that matchup up if you needed to. So, maybe you don't need Dreadbore anymore, but you probably still do, maybe into Bravo. So anyway, the deck is trying to just have really relevant on hits and dominate Red in the Ledger, Remorseless. maybe even a mobilizing shot, just to kind of put a ceiling on your opponent's turn is kind of the idea, and get some damage through and kind of just keep that going with Memorial Ground, getting you it back, and just kind of being able to turbo through your deck. In New Horizons kind of allows you to like bank a buff, and then you can set up an arrow in the other arsenal slot. And what's really nice about this deck is you can blind Azalea a lot and basically not whiff, which is really cool. Memorial Ground would probably be a whiff, but because you have New Horizons, you can kind of make it work. So that's the deal. And I really like Sandscour because it's really cool being able to either use the card in your hand or the card on top. So it makes it a little bit easier to go, oh, there's the arrow I want to see right on top. Perfect. That's fine. I'll load this one in my hand, then Azalea it in. And because you can pump it with New Horizons in the other arsenal slot, you can get those dominates. So anyway, let us with Acer yo let us transition over to playing some games. See how we go. Yeah, we'll do open format, see what happens. And what's really nice about copying their list, I'll have to go look at, I got to give them more credit. Who came up with that list? But oh yeah, it's Card Advantage. So shout out to the Card Advantage guys, Jacob and Sean. This is their list and their deck tech that I'm basically pilfering. And if you pilfer it or start practicing it yourself, they've done all the matchups for you. I know my head's in the way here, but yeah, it's very nice. Nice. I was really interested in this deck. I'm stoked to see how it performs. Yeah, I would go watch their deck techs over at Card Advantage on YouTube. That's going to be the best. And, they're going to know what's going on better than I do, really. We're just going to say this is the Briar because it doesn't look like we have a Viserai matchup. And we're just going to double check what we got going on. Just kind of the regular disrupt them as much as you can deck. We're going to probably... I don't know if we should do Null Rune Boots or Null Rune Gloves here. I think Hornet Sting is a little too good just because you get a look at the top. Shout out to Seltzer Water. It's going to make me a little burpy, so sorry for that. Okay, hand to all pumps. So we'll see how their turn goes. Hopefully we can hit an arrow right off the top. That would be awesome. If not, a little punished here. We can Quiver of Rustling Leaves to get an arrow in. But we still don't have a blue, which is a little unfortunate. So we'll see what happens here. Oops. Undo. Sandscour, pitch this. Choose an instant. No, thank you. Hopefully we see an arrow. Oh, gosh. It's good to be good. We have to put that in. Because we don't have a choice. on what we can do here. The Arsenal card is not that. This also looks like the list I'm running. Important. Maybe the blood rot is. I think we're just going to go for a bigger damage turn here. And then we're going to fire Remorseless. They got a bunch of armor and that sort of thing. But if that's a defense reaction, can't play it. What's up, Patrick? It is Archer. Hey, what up, Archer? Shout out to Archer. Maybe I'll invite him to chat. That's funny. I knew that name looked familiar. We also could have laced with inertia as well, I suppose. He's just going to take it. Awesome. I think we'll put the inertia in there. Now we got to knock the death whistle. Pretty good. This is going to have to be a pretty good turn for me to not just red in the ledger him. I mean, also, like red in the ledger doesn't do a ton against this deck because I can still just throw basically 8 at you. This is a great setup turn for him, though. Banish cards for my arsenal. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, we really don't care. I think we're just going to... Let's see what happens if we don't take any damage. Or if we do just take all of the damage. Seven. Go again. Pretty good. He's already lost like a ton of health, though. I mean, so am I here. I'm going to lose a lot of health. He gets to swing Nebula Blade, have a Runer. So he will get to play Deathly Wail on his next turn. Which, that's good. Pass. We're just trying to check out this theory here. So we'll knock. And we'll put red in the ledger on top. We will reload. I guess it doesn't matter. Put Remorseless there. Play Seek and Destroy. Wish we had a Tunic counter here. That would be great. And then we'll Azalea this bad boy in and fire that on off. Too bad we had to pitch 2 codexes, though. Would love to get this back again. Hopefully we get a Memorial Ground or something like that. There's a lot of armor. Would have loved another pump. Because, yeah, you can just cover it up with your armor. So maybe a misplay. Took too much damage to do basically nothing. But you got to chew through their armor at some point here. I don't feel confident. Not another arrow. Also, upsetting he's ignoring that I wanted to say hi to him. Friendship over. There's also a good chance here. We just don't have the resources to block this. I wish we did. But we do not. None of these block enough, and that's for a bajillion. But we could block Nebula Blade. Well, we'll throw that out there. Take 8. It's kind of a mopey turn here. Drill shot on top. Not bad. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. They're going to have a very big turn this next turn, too. I'm pretty sure we're just done for. There's no real way for us to get back into this game here. Yeah, Patrick's right. Husk, for some reason, is just not as good. Because you, like, don't kill your opponents quick enough. You know? And, because of that, like, Husk eats away at you and you, like, lose life. So you get down to, like, 13 a little bit too quick. And it's not like Chain where, like, you can play out all of your cards from your banish and Husk is the only thing you take damage from. Or, like, you can minimize the damage that is taken. Because you'll have card advantage. It just, like, doesn't work out the same way. Well, I guess we'll just seek and destroy into drill shot. I think that's kind of the thing we can do here and then release the tension. Arsenal, release the tension. It's got Pierce because of the aim counter, which is pretty nice. But he's probably not going to save a card anyway. Oh, well, this is good for us. Only going to have one card, so that means only one attack. And we got a Memorial Ground, which is excellent. What is that? 5 rune chance, 10 damage, go to 4. What can we do on our turn? We can play Release the Tension, Memorial Ground of Red in the Ledger, play Pre-Med. Okay. We have a very good turn lined up. And he doesn't have access to creepers. He's going to gain a life. I'm going to go to like 2 health, which is upsetting. Go to 4 health. They get to go to 22. Pass. Okay. Let's play Memorial Ground. Red in the Ledger is just kind of the best thing we have. Play Release the Tension. Play Pre-Med because hopefully he has a defense reaction. That would be great. Then we'll Sandscour. No, so it's Heat Seeker. And then that's the power of Sandscour Azalea right there. That's what we're trying to do. So 11, dominate. Can't play defense reactions from hand. Health total is too low now. Oh, from Arsenal. Well, he had one from hand. That's fine. One action. Health is too low, though, so we will have to block. At least we got one of those bad boys. Boom, that's your only action, boss. Am I crazy? Oh, no. That was Runeblood Incantation popping. So 2 rune chants here. We could block it. We have 2 blues. But we could also take the 2. Use our 2 arrows. We won't have tunic. We can Azalea the Spire Sniping just for a pump. Then we can also, we can't play Codex in red in the ledger, which is unfortunate. So I think we have to take these 2 rune chants. So we could play Fletch, pitching bolt and shot. Let's see, how do I get a card to pitch? Block with these 2 blues. And I can't even play Red Tail because it costs 1. So we can give him tunic and an arrow. Excuse me. I'm not really sure what is going to happen here. And then that was the card on top of our deck. Okay. That's tough. Let's see here. Well, let's just blind Azalea, see what happens. Maybe should have blocked with Codex. You may put an arrow from your hand or the top of your deck face up. So I can just brick on both of these, I think. Ooh. Mobilizing shot is still not great, though. Because they can't play. They can, you know, he can still do non-attack, attack, weapon swing. I'm dead. So no. Then I'm going to play the Codex, I guess. So he does have the option to wholesale block this, which I would do if I were him. I would block for 8 with my crown and maybe 2 cards, depending on what the hand is. Could also gotta get 2 cards anyway to get to 8 with his armor. Sweet. Or a defense reaction is also good. Pitch into grasp. Read the runes. That does not have go again. Did I miss something? Well, this man is crazy. Big Slicer 420. Great name. No clue, first time. But if you want to know the advantages of Sandscour versus Death Dealer, you can check out the Card Advantage YouTube page. They definitely know what's going on over there. Can't pitch those cards. The deck doesn't really pitch. We have a lot of arrows in hand. So if we hit an arrow, it's kind of the same thing. Dominate would be great. Well, let's Azalea. We got an arrow anyway. We're looking for a pump here. Infecting shot, not awesome. Not awesome. Not awesome at all. Well, we do have an additional arsenal zone. So we can maybe load Heat Seeker. Oh, that's Dylan. Nice. Cool. Good thing Patrick's here and knows everybody. Pretty cool. Don't really want to discard a card. Send old Archer there a message. Dylan is in a Azalea master, so he's probably got some great tips for you. Dylan, I like Sandscour because of it's different and kind of lets you run New Horizons, so you get 2 arsenal slots, which is sweet, I think. So I'm pretty into that. So I can play pre-med, codex, get that red in the ledger back again. I think it costs 2 resources, so I would have 2, and I can play, cost 1 resource, and I can premeditate. So might as well. I'm not sure if that's the line. Play pre-med, pass, play codex. Get back the red in the ledger. We'll discard barbed undertow since that's not really that useful. Good thing we have a ponder, so we can set up a double arsenal, which is great. And we strip them of a card, which is great. Byproduct of how awesome that was. So to block this out, I do need 2 cards from you, Sir Archibald. Dylan says, "Oh, I agree. It's a very cool deck. I'm currently brainstorming an aim counter heavy death dealer this when I share it when it's off the ground." Yeah, I think that would be also cool. Getting to do Deadeye against Vincent would have been really useful, but the 2 times it came up, I was like really on the back foot. They're going to take 2 here, which I guess it doesn't matter. Yes, I will trigger these ponders in that order, please. Well, we get to keep a blue, which is great, and bank the lace for later. Double blue turn, pretty nice. And we're basically dead now. So that was great. That's 6 rune chance. I can block all 6. And I can block this attack. He takes 1 from blood debt. And if I get a free arrow off of the Azalea on this bad boy, we're good to go. See how that goes. I wish there was a cleaner way to do all of these rune chant triggers on Talishar. But can't complain too much with a basically free clientele that's really useful for all of us. Okay, we're gonna Azalea away here. Oh, thanks. Undo. Gotta play lace. Now we can do Azalea stuff. See what happens. Good looking out there, Patrick. Read the glide path. Unusable at this moment. GG's Archer. Ooh, this Eye of Ophidia is going to do amazing right now. JK. JK. So honestly, the Null Rune Boots, like, I don't feel has been very helpful. If these were Perch Grapplers with Hornet Sting, getting to 2-card block one of those 6s, maybe would have been better. Would have maybe been better. That's kind of nice. This is pretty mild. Could give up New Horizon here. Well, wow. So I'm going to block the 2 rune chance. Then I can give you read and another red in the ledger if I keep this. Oh no. Hit him with the old thinking. Bear with me. Let's see here. So I'll be able to block that other rune chant. This is only coming in for 4, right? Yeah, he didn't do anything else. So we can give him New Horizons and Seek and Destroy. And there's no way we can... The best we can do is just send red in the ledger at him, which is not very threatening. We'll bottom that, top that, because it's a 3 block. So that's what we're going to do. If we had a free arrow there, we would have been able to quiver it in, which could have been the gamble, because we then maybe could save New Horizon. It's not possible. Ooh, oops, undo. We need the yellow. Excuse me. Whew. Now the real question is here, is Dylan screen sniping for Archer? Sandscour, baby. Right. It's amazing. I've been here at 2 life, which is kind of like one of the things I haven't liked about Vincent is that it can be hard to close out a game. He did it correctly. Like you have to have a really big life total because you're going to run into like clunky rune blade hands that make it challenging. Nice. I love it. Defense reaction? Or is he trying to get Funeral Moon to proc? So he'll have Trace for Enchantos. Do, 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 do. Well, we're hoping for a blue, that's for sure. Heads up play by him. See, this is why you can't have Husk also, because it just would be eating your life away. No blue. No blue. Dylan says, nah, you got in deep enough, a-hole. He needs to figure out the closeout. Yeah, for sure. It's one of the reasons maybe Invert Existence is really good, but then that also sits in your Banner Stone and kills you. So 5 and 3. We can also block this out. But we don't have a turn, which we'll just keep going, I suppose. With this play, yeah, we'll pitch. Yep. Ah. Nobody gains a health. Left with 2 cards in hand. I just put a spire sniping, so I guess mobilizing shot. Pass. Oh, 2 rune chance. Phantom Wraith. 6 and 2. What a bummer. So let's see here. We need to block. Well, we don't actually need to. We can block the 2. Take 1. And then maybe see an arrow. I don't know. Let's see how that goes. Especially since that's the one to take 1 damage from, since there's no sort of trigger or anything, which is pretty nice. He has no blood debt. Clunky hands, though, Mr. Archibald. Oh, there you go. That's nice. Still left with 3 cards in hand. Not really moving through your deck. Well, let's hope we find an arrow. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, I would. Top. Oh, wait. Undo. Undo. I wish it would say first and second. You know? That would be way better. Also pretty huge to hit the spire sniping here. So you gotta go top, top. Azalea. What's up, bro? Blammo. That was pretty good. I'll tell you what, I thought I was going to lose this game 10 minutes ago. I still might, but this is why you stay in games and try to play to your outs here. Dang, he does have a defense reaction. That's pretty unfortunate. That is pretty unfortunate. It's a good one, too. 2 blues, though. It's not going to be enough. Yeah, totally. Looping riffs kind of just gets you there. Haha. Okay, so block 4. We got it. Fake him out. Think I only have a red and he's going to win. Ah. Joke's on you, sir. I now have enough. Nobody took any damage. So you won't make an extra rune chant. Only 1 blue. But I think he'll only have 3 rune chants. Or maybe he'll only have 2? So that's not bad. Boy, 2-card hands with this deck is pretty tough, I'll tell you what. Oh, that doesn't say reds. Red in the ledgers. Looping red in the ledger kind of gets you there. Ha ha ha. Deathly Whale from hand. That's fine. So we got block 6. So now we're priced into arsenaling Lace with inertia, I guess. And then somehow having a 1-card hand. That does something. I'm quite positive that's all of his incantations also. Is there one in here? Yeah, there's one. So that's good. And he's got to pitch defense reactions because they're clogging up his hand. Pass. Not great. Not great here. No Riftgate. Ooh, Mauve Skies, though. Very bad. Very bad for us. The Nebula Blade swing shall be the end of us. There it is. He figured out how to do it. Good game. Oh, insult to injury here. What a jerk. Didn't even have to. Just had to swing it. All right, there we go. Good job. Whatever your name is, Archer. Let's try this again. Pretty tough not going first. You really want to go first in this deck. That's a huge part of it. Because you want to be able to set up. But we also had kind of a mopey turn, right? Where we didn't have. We had 4 pumps in hand, which is a huge bummer. So we'll try it again. Dylan, if you're still in the chat, bro, where were you on vacation? Oh, perfect. Do we have a sideboard for this? No, we totally don't. That's so funny. So who do we pick, huh? Bravo? No. What's up, Tommy Fresh? How you doing, bro? All right, let's just look at the deck. What did we put in here? We got to put in 8 cards. There's 6. What does the Azuri sideboard look like? Let's say that's good to go. You're doing. How about me? I'm doing all right. I'm trying to figure out how to play Azalea. You know? Look at this. 2 Codex of Frailties in my starting hand again. Isn't that funny? Let's see. Dylan flew out of Hawaii for a wedding, then went up to BC for a Bass Coast Festival. Great time. Are you a big fisher? Angler? Is that what they call it? Angler? All right, let's load this Spire sniping, I suppose. No pumps, though. That's a huge bummer. I don't know which one it matters. This one off the top of my deck. So we can go top, top. We can Azalea in the non-attack action. And then bank in this drill shot maybe. Base. That makes sense. Not bass. But who knows? You're from Oregon, you know? You could be into whoa, shit. What was the other card I put on top? Should have been paying attention. Because then we could quiver it in. Doesn't matter, though. We're going to pass for turn here. Put this drill shot in arsenal. No pumps. Yeah, in Oregon, they do fishing. You have lakes. Lake Oswego. Hey, good game, Archer. I think you just were stream sniping me the whole time, though. Have you seen any of my Vile Inquisition? What the hell does this card do? Have you seen any of my streams, Archer? Our decks are a little similar. Yours has more defense reactions currently. You may play this from the banish center. Cost less. Target hero banishes the top card of the deck. If it's a blue, they lose a life. Well, I banished Remorseless. So that's not good. I would never. I know you wouldn't, bud. Dylan was here screen sniping for you. Play read the glide path. We're definitely going to put that on top. What am I supposed to do with all these cards when you don't attack me? Azalea that in. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I don't even have a card to like play Codex and do some BS with. Only on the 6 reacts, yeah. Archer, I saw your most recent list is similar, only on the 6 reacts, yeah. We could quiver here to get rid of some of these cards, which I would be kind of into. Oh. We hit a Spire Sniping. I would like to go top. Thank you. And then we'll go there. 7 dominate. Carry and husk me. Archer, how are you liking Vincent as a fellow Runeblade lover? Wow. Got shadow beasted. That's fine, I guess. What's nice, though, now is that we can get this red in the ledger back again with our Codex of Frailty. Criminy. It's going to be pretty tough, though. Can't get rid of this Spire Sniping. So a little bit less good here. So maybe that's a mistake because we can't Azalea, right? No, I can Azalea the Spire Sniping out of here. Right? Am I crazy? No, because Codex is face down. Right. Because Codex is face down, so I can't. Let's see. Archer Taylor says Vin is fun. Can get a little awkward, like we saw in that game where I couldn't play out my hands. She's surprisingly hard to play, but I've been liking leaning into the setup side. Yeah, it feels like there's a few avenues to play her with. Both wind up with kind of clunk, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, you need to flip the Codex or Azalea it. Yeah, it doesn't flip up. Well, yeah, that's Azalea the Codex, I guess, here. It's not super useful. I have a Ophidia, pretty good. Well, at least this has an aim counter. So some sort of damage. And we can just Azalea that I have Ophidia out of here. If we had a pump, it would be better because then we could pump, get it out, you know. Yeah, we want to skip that. Thank you. Okay, next brute attack gains +5. That should be fun. Endless Maw, baby, for 11. That's juicy. That's pretty juicy. I don't think I need all of these cards. You can have this one. You can have that one. Azalea. Memorial Ground. Super not useful. But will be for later, so we're going to be fine. Going to be sitting on the tunic resource here a little bit. See what we see on top. Remorseless. And we have one in hand. We'll choose the one that gets the aim counter. Wow. Very early husk. Very. Probably going to get blood rushed here. That's my guess. That is my guess. Shoot you again. Oh, really wants to block all of that out. We really got to find a pump. More pumps here. That would be great. Ooh, Artivore. Okay. Archer says, Vincent, she does old school Viz, but better, kind of. Kind of, I guess. I feel like Viz is a little bit more resilient to disruption than Vincent is. Viserai feels really good right now. Maybe we'll play some Viserai after this game. Does this have go again? Yeah, it does. Okay, so we want to play Fletch for sure. We can Memorial Ground on top of the deck. The red in the ledger. Give it a name counter. and then fletch it. And that would cost me 2 resources, so I could save blue. So we'll just block with blue infecting shot. We actually can block with the other blue because we have tunic. So if we Hexagore, what a madman. I didn't even notice. Why didn't anybody in chat tell me? Why didn't anybody in chat tell me? Can also save the Heat Seeker to Arsenal as well, which is maybe what we should do. Play this, flip that, save the Heat Seeker. Let's take 6. Really, it's only 5 because they dealt themselves a damage. It's pretty fun, though. All right, we'll choose Memorial Ground here. Thanks, Patrick. Red in the ledger, right on top, baby. Azalea. Fletch. And then there you go. 9 dominate. I guess Hexagore is kind of set up now a little bit. So they can just swing Hexagore at me. All right. Arsenal. Oh, that's fun. We can do that again. And we can just super pump it. Awesome. And we can block with the infecting shot also, which that's cool. Because we got tunic time, baby. Is it fun when I say that? Baby, like Coach Beard. Shout out to Emmy Award-winning Ted Lasso. Yes, dear Levia, you can only do one thing on your turn. Interesting choice here. Ooh, would have been a good turn, though. Would have been a good turn. So we can, let's make sure we do this right. Play pre-med, play lace, play memorial, flip it. Red and ledger costs 1. Use tunic. We will get an arsenal card. Okay. Let's block with that card. Okay. Memorial. Red and Zileja. I will then play lace. I will then play pre-med. I will then Azalea. I will then tunic. And then I will ledger you for 11. Dominate. Aim counter. Just in case. Now, see, that's fun. Well, also now Hexagore is not going to be dealing anybody any damage except for me. Certainly won't be dealing them damage. They turboed into that pretty quick. That was cool. But I guess 11 dominate beats 6 flail swing. If we can keep that up. Appreciate y'all watching along. That's really great. Thanks, everybody. One thing to do is to figure out how to be more entertaining. Do. I also think it's interesting that whatever the tiny bug is, I'm not sure if I just don't understand how this interaction works, but that whenever you block with a card when you have an aim counter, it gives the card they block with an aim counter for some reason. Pretty nice to get rid of Soul Harvest. Ooh, big win there. Big win there. We will need 2 resources to loop Red in the Ledger again. Which we will do. Too bad we don't have Tunic this time, though. Well, you're going to run out of cards in Banish, Sir Scholar. Now, how much do I care? Okay. Just because we have access to the block for 3 here, which we could just save those unless we really, really need to. Yeah, do you want to pay for your Blood Rot? I suppose. Either way, it's the same thing. But yeah, graveyard management. Graveyard management, I suppose, there. Okay, so we can go Lace, Fletch. Got a pitch there, Memorial Ground, get the Red in the Ledger. Won't have an arsenal, though. That's the shitty part. I guess we could keep the Fletch. And then that means we could block with 1 card. Which I think then we will do that. So then we will do that. Oh, he turned into Plasma Fat. Well, maybe this is going to get scary. I also wish that this would change to right there. That would make it a little bit easier on my brain until I get used to this way. But c'est la vie. This does not work at all. I have totally messed up my turn thinking about what to do. That's a bummer. I did need that extra resource. So drill shot it is. It's kind of a bummer. Misplay. That's all right, though. Now you've learned. So the play instead there is to save that extra card because then you can load it in Azalea it, but you still don't get to keep an arsenal. That's right. Aim counter. So it has Pierce. They're just going to take 7, I guess. Well, we'll just put it on the flesh bag there. Add that to my arsenal. Hey, look, another Red in the Ledger. Plus a blue. I think everybody rolls 6 on Talishar all of the time when they scab skins. Every time. Well, we have a very big Red in the Ledger set up here. Um, we probably going to use Hornet Sting here because we have 2 pumps in hand. So if we do wind up with like a pretty good arrow, or just really like a red arrow, it would come in for 12 and we can win off of that. So we're going to use Hornet Sting and the grapplers to block, hopefully see an arrow. If not, we're just going to send our friend Red and Ledger at them. How does that sound? Sounds good? Sounds great. Is anybody else like thoroughly pleased with the like summer sale pixel art on the front page of Steam? Just really think it's pleasant. Should I claim victory because they're inactive? I don't think so. I'm going to send them a hello. There we go. You have a bunch of action points. There really aren't any hit effects in this deck. Did they skip their transform? Is that what happened? I still don't know. Still don't know. We'll use them now. Battering bolt, huh? That's pretty wild. Do I have the resources for that? Yeah. I totally can do that. Okay. I totally can. Okay, so they did transform, huh? But why does it still say they have blood debt? Isn't when they're Blasmafet, they're fine? Isn't that how that works? What do you think? Hexagore swing here? So I could block with Red in the Ledger and Tunic. Buying this back. Interesting. Return it to your hand. Yeah, and you have an inertia token, so you can't do it. Wow. Huge win there. Huge win. Block with this. Be at 4 health. Blammo. Okay. Sweet. Azalea. Bam. Bam. Swooshed it. Swooshed it. Yep, you can only block 5. I'm intimidated. Good game. Woo. All right. There we go. That's how you do it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Main menu. Okay, let's play one Viscera game. So give me 1 second. What do we think of of that deck there, people. Are we stoked? Not stoked? Looks like that's to the Viserai. All right, transition. Okay, here we are. Viserai. Kind of the classic. Just trying some things out. This is in here for ninjas because then we just have a buttload of armor to use and easy AB3. Joshua Hunt, thank you for joining. It was, if you search Card Advantage on YouTube, they have a whole deck tech for that. So it's the Sandscour, Great Bow, Azalea list. It's pretty sick. No, Sleep Dart is not in that list, but I think it should be in there now because there's like you have the sideboard spots without Oldhim in there to put it back in. So that list is kind of unchanged until it gets a little bit more testing. Soundscour seems way hard, laughing my ass off. Archer, yeah, that's true. It is hard. It isn't just vomit stuff out there, but that's what's kind of makes it fun though. So kind of a standard Viserai loadout here. Then in the main deck zone, we got all of the goodies. I have what? Ooh, maybe this is the wrong list. This totally is. Let's do this one. This is the list we're talking about here, baby. Let's see. Dylan's talking about Sleep Dart's really good tech for the new heroes. 100%. Super is. What are they supposed to do if you dominate Sleep Dart for 11? Then you don't get a Rune Gate anything. And you also don't get to give stuff go again. So, classic Viserai stuff. The other stuff is in the sideboard that we had in that last list. And we're just trying out Bequest. It's come up a few times where I don't have any rune chance, but I can play Mordred and then just play Bequest, and then, Deathly Duet is like free, which is kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't get its procced or whatever. Or Rune Flash, there's only one rune chant up, but now it only costs one. And then, we're good to go, that sort of thing. I'm really liking Drawn to the Dark Dimension. If you got the 2 rune chants ready to go in the pocket, that in a Mauve Skies is a great 2-card turn that draws you a card and lets you keep tempo by swinging Rosetta. And then the rest is pretty just stock standard Viserai stuff. What else? I think Runic Reckoning is super good. It just allows your turns to be a lot bigger, which is really sweet. So we're going to play with this and see how it goes. So let's get over to a Talishar game. There's a lot of windows open. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Yep. Thank you for that disclaimer. I'll be happy when we don't have to do that anymore. So in these early kind of testing decks, I just interesting. They will go first. I just have 60, and then I don't really have anything to sideboard in and out. How do we combat Azuri here? That's the real question. Is we don't have to worry about it too much, and we just don't play cards in our arsenal. So let's see here. I think I'll probably put in the Rattlebones over those as a comfort pick here. Other than that, I think everything seems pretty good. Check the equipment. Could do Carapace because I can block 6 with not using a card in my hand. So that's pretty nice. This is always so funny. Wow. Fatigue. Fatigue Azuri. AB2 plus the masks and stuff. It's going to be tough. How much do we care? None? Because it's 3 cards anyway. What if I just did that? Oof. Undo blocks. I hate that. Just block 2. 4 total, but with 2 cards. Because if this is shakedown, then I get to keep a Mauve's guys. Death Touch is pretty good though. But totally fine. Totally fine. What do you think he gives me? Inertia or Blood Rot? I would give Inertia. Well, we have the resources to play Reckoning. Well, no, we don't, actually. So we'll just use it as a pitch card, which is fine. Still a good tempo turn, you know. Still a good tempo turn. That's why this matchup is hard for the Azuris. Have to block that first one. Now, here comes 7 damage. That's hard to deal with. But who knows? Maybe I'll just get fatigued out. Do you think also streams are more interesting if the person wins every game that you're watching? Or if it's a mix? Or do you not care if they win or lose? You just want to see good games? Because I think about that sometimes. You know? I suppose it depends on if they're making bad plays or not. Wow, giving me all of the armor right away. Too bad we don't have a swarming in Arsenal. Could go get a swarming. How bad is this going to be, you think? Nice. Dylan says good games over win and losses. Nice. I agree. I think. Wow. Eradicate. Huh. This is an interesting situation we find ourselves in. An interesting situation we find ourselves in. have to give him the old thinking, bear with me. The old become the Arknight in hand. What can we do with that? Because we can play it, get rid of Rattlebones to get a swarming, and then pitch one of these cards to play Rosetta. We also can just play these two. Maybe that's okay. But then, is it worth it to block for 5? Or is this a good turn to just use some armor and then get shredded anyway, but at least I keep my cards in hand. It's going to break Mask of Perdition too. That's pretty good. That's a lot of cards gone. And black text. Wow. Two swarmings gone. That's funny. Well, we really don't care about that damage. They got no silver off of that, which is pretty awesome. Well, that was kind of their big play that they could do, so just weather the storm a bit here. We could also play Deathly Duet, and we can get both modes in Arsenal to become the Arknight, because we have access to Crown of Providence. Wonder how important the... So that's 6 damage versus 7. But I'll end the turn with 2 rune chance. Let's do that. Feel like a little setup here is not bad. We still got plenty of armor. We can Providence if we really need to. This way, if we draw into like draw into the Dark Dimension or really Annihilate the Armed? I would have used that off a Tunic here. Maybe he's got another one in hand. Or Rune Flash will be okay. So instead, none of that happened. And here we are. What do you think this is going to be? Block with Providence here. Nice. I don't mind that at all. Because now we get to turn that into a free card. And we can get the plus attack here off of Deathly Duet. Oops, did that wrong. Mauve Skies first, which is just excellent. Deathly Duet. Now it's going to come in for 7 and 3 rune chance into Rosetta, saving the lead the charge for next turn. Man, allergy season cannot be over soon enough, I'll tell you what. It lasts so long here in the top of California. Excellent. It'd be really great if this was kind of Revel and Runeblood, actually. That'd be really useful. They must have a defense reaction, which is great. They have a 2-card hand using Tunic, huh? Was this Oasis? Nice. Well, here comes 5 damage. See how they feel about this. They said they like that damage. Mordred, Spellblade. I wish we did have a swarming. That would be so good right now. Man, that would be awesome. So we could save the Rattle Beasler. What can we get back with that? Nothing really great. Is this card worth it to have in Arsenal? I don't have anything really set up in there. I don't think so, since we only have 1 swarm left in the deck. Because we got the other 2 banished. Alright, not bad. Lead the charge. Mordred into Spellblade Assault. Which is pretty good. There's a lot of rune boys. A lot of rune boys coming at you. Uh-huh. Yep. And then 3 more rune chants, total of 5. Real classic Viserai play. A real classic. Boy, I remember the days when we didn't have Rosetta Thorn. It was way harder to be a Viserai player. Yeah, and I don't have an arsenal in case you're trying to get cheeky. This is fine with me. I guess if they pitch a blue, they're only going to take 3 damage. I'm assuming they chose Rosetta Thorn, which is totally okay. They'll take 3 damage from the rune chance, and then there's 2 arcane still from Rosetta Thorn here, so which they're going to block. Love it. Totally fine. Totally fine. This is why Rosetta's good. It's because it's just requires you to do those insane things to make sure. Okay, we play Sonata. Hope for a blue. Hopefully we get a blue. Or we brick, which is, I guess, fine. And we can't really play this drawn now. Should have thought of that. Should have thought of that. But we can go mauve because it makes a rune chant. Into the drawn, pitch the drawn. We'll have a card to Rosetta Swing. This is why I like drawn. It's because it does stuff like that for you. And we don't really want an Arsenal Shrill anyway. Excuse me. Do 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 do. Boy, what a good. Oh, I guess we're not going to hit a rune flash because we don't really have any anymore. Sweet. Pass. Again, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. It's great having the homies around. Love to see that. Wonder what this play is going to be. Probably shakedown. That's my guess. Very good turn lined up here. Very good turn. Even better. Take 6. Depending on what that card is, maybe a defense reaction. Surgical there would have been better than the CNC. I think anyway. Mordred. See, that's why this matchup's hard. Is because, like, I don't have an Arsenal. And then you just throw CNC for damage. Feels bad. I do miss not having the extra resources there, though. I'll tell you what. Shrill is 1 more damage. Shrill is 1 more damage. We just got to try to get a life lead here because Azuri's in game is a little bit better than ours. So we can't let that happen. They do have black text here. So if they have a defense reaction black text, that's going to be pretty nice for them to cover that up. We're hoping for a 2-card block here on this bad boy. Thanks, had to blow my nose there. Exactly what we wanted to have happen. 2-card block. We love it. Rosetta Thorn. Very challenging. Very challenging to deal with. I don't really have any particular insights into this matchup other than this is just kind of how it goes. We just keep playing our 4-card hands and chipping away their damage, and their disruption is a little less disruptive. But I guess they must have some sort of hand disruption now to hold on to those cards. Still good 4-card hand. They'd have to take the lead the charge out of here. If it is a shakedown. It's kind of the only card that we're pretty worried about. Only 2 left. Only 1 more. Leave no witnesses. Death Touch and Arsenal, huh? I don't think they meant to end their turn. Yeah. So we can block with one card, coming with Shrill Rosetta, which is good. Block with Shrill. Take 3. Ooh, black text. Didn't think of that. That's a good play. That's a good play. Then if this is a shakedown, then we're screwed. Ooh, it is not. You don't have the resources. This is a terrible play. You can't dagger me first. Can't dagger me first. But you can do 9 damage to me, I suppose. Please do. No, I do not. No, I do not mind. What happened? This is why you need the chat there. I don't know what happened. They tried to CNC me. Would have been fine. Shrill. Play, lead the charge, Shrill, blah, blah, blah. Same thing, repeat, etc. So not a great showcase for that deck, but that's fine. That's fine. We know what Viserai does. Anyway, I will be fielding questions now, or comments, or discussion points before we get out of here. So let me know what y'all want to talk about. Bless me. If anybody's still watching. It's also hard to know because, oh, great. Sweet, Dylan. All right, I got to go do a bit of work and got to put up some jump shots. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for being here, my friend. Let's now that you're back in town, hit me up and let's talk some more Azalea. I just was putting up jump shots last night, and tell you what, your old boy still got it. My type of basketball game now is the kind where I just like don't jump, which is great because it means you just don't get your chances of blowing out a knee or something by jumping in the lane are just so diminished because you're just earthbound. It's awesome. But cool. Thanks for being here, friend. Do. Well, that's going to be it, y'all. Dylan says, oh, I just pass too hard and shoot Jays. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's the move. I'm pretty good still shooting from the outside, but then once I'm just not in shape. So like after an hour, I'm just toast. All my jumpers are short or my feet aren't set because I'm just too tired. But that's what happens. you age. I had a bunch of young guys at open gym last night going hard at me. And I was just like, come on, dudes. I'm 35. You don't got to prove anything. Stop coming at me so hard. Hopefully Levi's in the chat because he was there shooting jumpers from like 40 feet, swishing them. It was crazy. So yeah, a little basketball talk here at the end. Do you guys want to look at the Sandscour Great Bow build again? So earlier from the stream, here's the Azalea list with Sandscour Great Bow we were running. Pretty good list. Idea is to just loop red in the ledgers and just smoke them, which is like not too bad. Can definitely do it. Great list. I think we talked about earlier, sleep darts probably got to come in. Kind of depends on what the meta looks like, but I think it's safe to assume that early we will see Vinsets and Boltons and Levias and Prisms, etc. And so you probably need maybe a few more, maybe one more Merc Mile. You have one in the sideboard here, but you could use another one just to up its consistency and maybe some sleep darts. I'm not sure. Barbed Undertow still has a lot of help or a lot of utility, because if you do this against Visceri, I mean, red in the ledger is obviously better. So you can maybe cut some barbs and put some sleep darts in there. But if you choose blue, then they can't pitch blue, and that's kind of what they want to do every turn. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep playing this list. Maybe I'll play it again on stream, get some more practice in. I think it's pretty good. And I think there's just a lot to learn on how to sequence the deck, and having 2 arsenal zones with New Horizons and how to utilize those the best and that sort of thing. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate that. Check out our latest episode where me and Isaac talk about Dusk Till Dawn. And yeah. If not, we'll catch you next week. I think for a stream, probably midweek, Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So just make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications when we go live, or follow me on Twitter. I put it over there too. So thanks everybody, and I will catch you next time. Bye.